It's your boy Wauln, and we back with some more of the altars, starting off from day 3. So we back to doing our favorite mini game in the game, scanning the floor for deposits. So yeah, we did our best to do this as fast as possible. I like that there's skills that make this a lot more easier, but this can be a little tedious before they introduce that skill to you. But it's not too bad, but it's just a little annoying. Not the best feature I feel like is in the game. So found the deposit, we try to connect it to the base. It's pretty straightforward. Pretty much the point of us connecting these pylons from the mining outpost to the base is pretty much a way for us to transfer the resources that we mine at the outpost to our base. So here we are mining some organics, and pretty much we use organics to make food and as fuel to move the base. And that's as much as I know up to this point in the game. Well, pretty much up to the point where I got up to the game. So yeah, you just mining some organics right now. Here we're adding a kitchen to the base because we need a kitchen to make some food. Pretty much still on pseudo tutorial island, so you know how that goes. They're showing us how to do day-to-day stuff on the game. And that would be the end of our day. So you're gonna go ahead and call it, man. Long, busy day. So here we have day 4, and we start our day off by hitting the kitchen, making sure the meals is right, made some nutritional mush because you can't go too long without having your nice meal of mush. Then we went out to do some exploring, came across some collectibles. These collectibles help you improve your relationship with your altars because you are sharing a memory with these collectibles. There's a whole story behind it, but yeah, pretty much these collectibles helped us strengthen our relationship with our altars. Then I went minus some shallow deposits for some metals, and one thing I'm gonna warn you guys is that if you mine a shallow deposit and your storage gets filled up, if you don't finish mining that deposit by the end of the day, by the next time, if you go to sleep and wake up, that deposit will be extracted / empty, and you're just gonna miss out on the rest of those shallow deposit or resources. So make sure you have enough storage when you're going out mining shallow deposits, because if you go to sleep when there's still some resources left in it, you will lose out on the rest of those resources. I had to find out the hard way. And then we ended up the day mining some more organics. You know how that goes. We need it for for the food and for the fuel for the base. Also ended up finally crafting this climbing hook. I'm pretty sure you can craft that climbing hook a lot sooner, but this is just when I finally had the resources to do it. So I think so. I'm not really sure, honestly, but yeah, I ended up just doing it on this day. Maybe you could do it earlier, don't call me. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole day right there. So that's the end of the day right there. All right, we're on to the next day. I think this is day 5. So this day I pretty much added another storage because I pretty much figured out pretty much this is the day I went back to the shallow deposit and figured out, hey, if you go to sleep, the shallow deposit will not be there waiting for you in the morning. So went figured that out. Then I'm like, hey, let me make sure this doesn't happen again, all while trying to also see what's the requirements to begin our journey, move the base. So I added a shallow deposit once I figured out how much fuel we needed or / organics we needed to get the base moving. So I added storage, so added small storage so we increase our storage capabilities, and then went to just mine some organics for the whole day. Honestly, just getting ready to get on our voyage. The mindset behind this is that I understand there's gonna be a good amount of organics to move the base, so I just want to I wanted to max out the capacity of our organic storage. So just in case anything might happen, or what, I don't know what's gonna happen next once we move our base. And yeah, so that's the only reason why I spent the extra day here, just to max out our organic deposits. So yeah, that's pretty much the premise of what I was doing on this day. It wasn't too much going on this day, but the next day we had the intentions of beginning our journey. So this is the big day, it's moving day. So went mining some organics to make sure our capacity is at full, and then it's time to hit the road. Let's get it. Let's see what happens.
Whoa. What just happened? Come on. Don't do this to me now. Okay, that's sorted. Let's give it another go. What? Not again. You have got to be kidding me.
So pretty much after we've realized the panel's not working, we call back to the corporation and tell us to check the quantum computer, and that's when we first find out that they have our mind records. One thing I'm interested about is about those records on the right hand side, all those people. I guess that was the crew. One thing I know is that was expiring data. So me initially, I thought that, hey, maybe they ran this play with a bunch of other people, that's why that data says it's expired. Please let me know if I'm wrong. This is what I'm speculating. I haven't beat the game, but I'm just wondering, hey, either those expiring data are people who they put through this experiment before, i.e. this mission, and or that was the rest of the crew. But why would the data be expired if we all came here with the intention of all of us surviving? So that's why I'm thinking it's the former rather than the latter, because hey, expired data seems like this data is existing for a long enough time to the point where it became expired, except the guy who's active. Please let me know if I'm wrong. But besides that, I'm gonna let you guys, read this next part. I'm not gonna really comment about this. I thought I was gonna, spend time and sit here and read all this. I'm not. So I made sure to put ample time for you guys to pause and read this little long story about our boy Jan. I will catch y'all after this portion. And we back, and like I'm trying to realize John is also questioning you, why do they have those records?
What do you want
But
with it?
obviously here we blatantly get told by the company to clone ourselves. I just want to just let this be known, let this be on a reflect, or let this reflect on the record that a company, whoever this quote unquote unknown is,
What
told
exactly
us
will be
to clone ourselves. The reason why I'm making this noted, because up until the point where I'm actually actively at in the game in real life, it came into question about whether or not
Is
we
that
were
your
um
whole answer?
branching ourselves is illegal or legal, and pretty much us being put on the spot for saying, hey, you ended up doing it,
Alter.
possibly for them to make sure they have an angle to clean their hands of the situation. But in reality, it was the company who actually told us to clone ourselves. I found that a little weird when I came across that dialogue a little later in the game. Hopefully this series make it that far for you guys to see that. But yeah, this is just pretty much them talking about it. The sheep and etc etc. I'm just like, yeah, bro, this whole situation is sketchy, especially from when I seen those expired mine records. You can't trust these company people. I'm really not trusting them. I don't know about Jan, and I don't know about you guys, but something fishy's going on. But either or, we got another section coming up where we're loading up our twin, and that dude, he's a whole trip. But I'm gonna let that section load up also. I'm gonna show his life path and whatnot, and then I will catch y'all after this section. Now this guy fresh out the womb got main character syndrome like I never seen it. I'm like just woke up. I'm trying to figure out why the hell he giving me all this extra energy like I like did something wrong to him. You signed up for the mission to go to a whole different planet. What you thought was about to happen? But either or, this dude, honestly, from this first dialogue, I already knew this guy right here was going to be the source of a couple, if not all, of the problems. Like,
different experiences.
even like from jump, but I'm trying to be honest with him, it seems like he just kept being mad at me. I'm like, yo, we both in a situation where it's we both in a sticky situation. Yeah, I had to wake you up. What you mad at? Obviously your situation was dire enough for you to sign for a mission like this, and you mad that now you're being used on a mission like this at me? Like, relax, bro. Like, he's sitting here giving me all this extra sassy attitude. I'm just like, yeah, I already see it. This dude gonna be one of those ones. And you see how he said that I am a alternate version of him, knowing damn well I just woke him out the machine. So how the hell am I gonna be the alternate? But also this can be a play on the story, just having me think like, hey, maybe even our character we're controlling is actually a alter of a different person. It goes back to my original point where, hey, they already ran this experiment with a bunch of other people and they're just trying to find the best fit or see how far see how potent this Rapidium is, how good it is. And another conversation that did come up is, well, if they were to get rescued, what's going to happen to the other alters? Like, that was a good question that I tried asking the corporation. Obviously, you know, they give the corporation answer, we don't know, and they know damn well they do know. But yeah, yeah, this is just this guy right here. If you really pay attention to the dialogue choices, it really tries to paint the picture for you in a certain way. But usually more times than not, the story tends to just flip everything on its head, regardless of how many hints they try to give you early on. But maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I can't wait to see what happens. But yeah, this technician dude, he's extremely tricky, and up to the point I am in the story, he is the bane of the issues. And we are only at like the point I'm up to in the game, we're only at like 3 altars, and this dude, he making requests like, yo bro, you out here trying to make it back to civilization, you talking about you want some like he makes a big thing about wanting some type of, I don't want to spoil it because we didn't get there, but it was like, yo bro, the thing he was asking for was not needed in comparison to the situation we at. We trying to preserve resources, and I wish, now that I'm looking back at this, hindsight is 2020, I wish I would have told this dude off like, yo bro, fall back, man. We don't need what you asking for. We trying to figure this situation out. But I didn't. But you know, hey, it's my first playthrough. So like, yeah, we finally get him to, calm down, because the main character needs, he needs his ego stroked before he actually does what we need him to do. But even then, he's still causing trouble. But it's okay. Listen, I'm the team leader. You're gonna figure it out. I mean, I'm not gonna let these personalities get me out my character, even though this dude's acting like a big old baby. Like, we're trying to get home. We got a bunch of stuff going on. We're about to get a bunch of more clones. Like, excuse my language, a bunch of more alters. We all just gotta figure out how to work together. This dude over here feeling like he not the OG Yondowski I am. Like, how am I an alternate? He got me real triggered with that one, but I ain't gonna lie. But we coming close to the the end of these couple of days. I think this was like day 6 we were on. For some odd reason, from this point on, it no longer says days, it says journeys. So yeah, I guess from now on we're starting journeys. So let me know how y'all feel about the video. Please let me know, would you rather me not say nothing, just play the video, or would you like a little commentary on top of the video? I'm not opposed to neither. The Alters is a pretty good game. If you can grab it on Game Pass, give it at least one playthrough. I would suggest it, but as you can see earlier in this video, it's not the most evolved game when it comes to certain points of the game, but the story is amazing, and that's what I feel like is pushing this game. So like, comment, share, subscribe. I catch you on the next one.